graders? Sixth graders, okay. Don't know, I was gonna say Sydney's not, she's a fifth grader. This will be how long do you do, and I'll explain everything after that. Okay, so you know how long we do. Okay?
Okay, that works. Is this on? Am I on? Make sure. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, let me send this to bots. All right. Okay. We're going to call this meeting to order. Barren County Fiscal Court, October 17th, 2023, 9 a.m. Please call roll.
Jeff Botts.
Here.
Derek Hugo.
Here.
Tim Durham.
Here.
Tim Coomer.
Here.
Marty Kinslow.
Here.
Ronnie Swenson.
Here.
Brad Gross.
Here.
Judge Byrd.
Here. Today our invocation will be led by Jeff Botts, Magistrate for District 1.
Yes, would you bow with me, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for our county, city, state, and the United States. We just pray for us, the leaders, as we conduct this business this morning, that your will be done, that we will do your direction the best of our ability. We thank you for all what you've done. We thank you for our leaders. Thank you for our Lord and Savior for dying on the cross for us. And just go with us through this business. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Okay, today we have a special group with us today. These are the 5th and 6th grader magnet students from Red Cross Elementary. They're going to help us lead us in the pledge. So if everybody can please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Okay, before we do our welcome, we need to do an adoption of the orders of the day. We have a person that we need to hire this week. Her name is Debbie Morris. She's going to clean for us in the evenings on the first floor at a max of $250 per week. I need to start this effective tomorrow if possible. And I need a motion and a second to do that.
Motion.
Motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Durham. Any discussion? She'll be cleaning all 5 days. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, welcome today to, we have our 5th and 6th grade students here from Red Cross Elementary. I told the magistrates just a second ago that I would like for each of us to introduce ourselves to you all so you kind of can understand who we are. But I'm Jamie Bewley Byrd. I'm the Barren County Judge Executive. So this is my first term. I've been in here now for almost 10 months completed. And I went to Austin Tracy Elementary, and I graduated from Barren County High School. So this could be one of you all one day. And I'm glad y'all are here today. They want to learn about government, so we're going to talk to them at the end. But each magistrate, if you don't care, just say your name and what district you represent, and so they can kind of understand the area of Barren County.
Yes, I'm Magistrate 1, Jeff Botts. This will be my 5th year in county government. Learning every day. Every day we're learning. What I do on the side. How do you want to go on to what we do personally, or just what we're doing in government?
Just a quick 1-minute spiel kind of thing.
No, that's fine. We'll just stick with the government.
Yeah.
And I'm over the property this next 4 years in a committee overseeing the property of what's going on in Barren County.
Thank you.
I'm Derek Pettigo, Magistrate District 2, Barren County. This is my first year as magistrate. I'm also committee chairman of the Park and Rec Committee.
My name's Tim Durham. I'm from District 3 of Barren County. This is also my first term. I'm chairman of the jail committee. Don't want to see none of you there. So.
I'm Tim Coomer, District 4, which is the northeastern part of the county, if you've heard of Hiceville in that area. So this is my second term.
My name is Marty Henslow. I'm the Magistrate District 5. I live in the Beckton community. If any of you know where that is, that's near Red Cross, the old Red Cross school, Railton area. And I, too, am a Red Cross graduate, and I'm very proud to have all you here today.
Ronnie Stinson. I represent the 6th District, which is made up of Park City and Cave City. This is my first year on the court. I am chair of the Emergency and Solid Waste Committee, which takes care of all the emergency services in the county. And again, thank you, young men and young ladies, for being here. Thank you.
I'm Brad Gross. I'm the Magistrate in District 7. Majority of my district is in the city limits of Glasgow. This is my first year in county government. I did have 16 years previous terms on the City Council of Glasgow, on the Parks and Rec Committee, Finance Committee, and Industrial Appreciation.
I'm Mike Richardson. I'm the county attorney, so I got a lot of jobs, but
He does.
the main job is advising everybody here, giving them legal advice, but also, like every other county attorney here in the Commonwealth, I also prosecute crimes, so I put the bad guys in jail, and we also work with social workers and help out kids, keep them from getting hurt, and a slew of other jobs. So I'm pretty busy most of the time, but it's my first term. I've been in the criminal justice system for several years, though. Happy you guys are here.
Okay. Okay, we need to approve the minutes from September the 19th, 2023. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Gross.
Second.
Second by Stinson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Announcements for today, since we're on the YouTube today, to make sure everyone understands, October 26th is the scare, Halloween event through on the square where you can trick or treat. I think it starts at 4 o'clock. If anybody would like to attend that, they're going to have tons of businesses and everything set up, and I think we're going to set up as county government and hand out some good trick-or-treat goodies, so make sure and come around to that. October 26th on the square. That is done by Sustainable Glasgow. October 28th, Beautify Barren County is having an event at the Cave City Convention Center as a fundraiser to put funds back into Barren County to improve all the looks of Barren County as you enter Barren County. October 31st will be the trick-or-treating. I've had some questions about that. The official trick-or-treating for Barren County is October 31st. So I'm not sure. I think they started at 4:30 usually? And so that's another night to dress up and wear your costumes. You all got your costumes, right? Yeah. Okay. But that's all the events right now for October. we'll get into our public officials reports. County Judge Executive, we need to approve our county, are we doing that today? We're going to delay that one to the special call. Gotcha, and the quarterly also, correct? Okay. County Attorney, need to approve the County Attorney monthly settlement report for September 2023. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion, Judge.
Okay, motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. County Clerk, need to approve the County Clerk September 2023 fee settlement report, subject to audit. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion, Judge.
Motion by Durham,
Second.
second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the County Clerk 2023 third quarter report and liability statement, subject to audit. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by
Second.
Kinslow, second by, who was that one?
Bots?
Bots? Sorry, I couldn't hear that one. Second by Bots. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Sheriff. Need to approve the Sheriff's September 2023 fee settlement report, subject to audit. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Gross,
Second.
second by Kinslow. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the Sheriff's 2023 third quarter report, subject to audit. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer,
Second?
second by Bots. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we need to discuss the Barren County Sheriff's Public Officials Bond discussion. We don't need a motion and a second to discuss. So we did get some quotes back from that discussion, and I reached out to Glasgow Insurance myself to talk about, had they had this request before type thing, and you all are more than welcome to come in if you'd like to talk about it. They felt that you were good in regards to coverage, Glasgow Insurance, but the estimates that we got to increase the bond to $3 million, the bond price is annual is $3,075. That's the annual. What's our current? What are we currently paying? Do you know on that one? The bond? Is it on here? What we're currently? We're currently at the $2.5 million mark. And he sent me the bond for $3 million and the bond for $5 million. I didn't know what the amount was that what is it, what we're paying for?
Seemed like it was like a $300-some a year increase
Is that what it was? Okay.
for the $3 million.
And then for $5 million, oh, here it is, additional premium. You're right, I see it now. The additional premium to bump him to $5 million coverage would be $1,479. So.
Is this just for liability insurance?
Yes, it's just, that's basically, y'all asked for us to get the quotes, basically.
We just need to bring it before the court.
Right.
Vote on it.
Right.
Discuss it.
Yes,
That's what Mr. Bird brought, Glasgow Insurance.
yes,
And so, I just brought the figures.
yeah.
You guys to review them.
So basically, what we need to decide today is, do we want to increase his bond coverage to $3 million or to $5 million, or do we want to stay where we're at 2.5? Because, of course, the amounts of money that are coming in are more than the normal, and the auditor had suggested more coverage.
The auditor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's,
Made that suggestion in the last 3 years.
yeah,
And it has to come before fiscal court for
to vote, yes or
What
no.
amount did the auditor recommend?
Honestly, I don't think they can get into that.
Okay, okay,
I don't think they can make recommendations.
okay.
I mean,
Did you increase it last year?
No, they didn't.
As far as I know, it has.
It was brought up, but then it was not, basically.
it hasn't been increased in several years.
I've been sheriff now 10, and it hasn't been, Sherry's been here 12, I think. She said it hasn't been increased in 12
Okay.
years.
I know we can't afford the bond for the amount that you do bring in. I mean, that's impossible. So I would look to our county attorney for some suggestion. If the insurance company thinks that we're good. Do you have any?
I mean, that's a policy question for the fiscal court. It's not really legal. I mean,
Right.
legally, we're doing everything right. I mean, it's just a matter of what the court wants to do. I mean, you've been given advice from different parties, and it's up to you to decide how you guys want to proceed with it. There's no right or wrong answer on it,
Right.
Well, if it's not been increased, as long as they know for 12 years, it's got to be outdated, the way I look at it. I mean, looks like it would need something.
Do you want to vote to increase it to 3? I think that's 500,000. Basically, where we're at right now is, magistrates, you would have to make a motion as to what you would like to see it increase to if we are to increase it.
So we're at 2.5 million right
Correct,
now.
correct. We're covered at 2.5 million.
I'll make a motion to raise it to 3 million.
Okay, I have a motion by Gross, second by Kinslow, to increase the bond coverage to $3 million at an additional $307 on the added cost. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. That was easy this time. Okay, next up, we have the coroner's report. He will not be here today, correct? County clerk, Helena. She's wearing her orange and black too.
Good morning.
So we need like
Kind of
5
boring
minutes.
not to get to follow the coroner. Sorry. That was good. See, Marty was awake. So, good morning. I will tell you all what I do so they can listen in too. So, what's most popular out of your county clerk's office is we do motor vehicle renewals. So, if your parents say I got to get my tags, they're coming to see me. We're right downstairs. If you ever decide you want to get married, you can come see me too. We issue marriage license, but you're a little bit young without a court order to get married right now. The other thing we do that's really popular, and 'tis the season, is we do elections. So does anybody know anyone on the ballot this year? Y'all don't get to answer. Yes. Daniel Cameron. Does anyone else know who's running for governor? Go ahead. Andy Bashir. Yes, so that is the most popular race that's pushing this election this year. It's a governor's race. So we haven't had one since I got elected 5 years ago. This is my first governor's race. How about y'all? Y'all been through any governor's races yet? You have. Good deal. Awesome. So as your county clerk today, I'm going to talk a little bit about when to vote and where to vote. So y'all take notes, tell your parents. And y'all take notes too and tell your constituents. So we'll talk about the elections real quick. That is most important. Starting out tomorrow at 8 a.m., the local Board of Elections is going to meet down at the barn to inspect our equipment, as I told y'all we do. Our cameras are up and running. I have that little app on my phone now, so if anything goes down, Jamie, I got it covered. But you give me a call just to make sure. So we got that going on. So our Board of Elections will be there to inspect everything, and we'll bring back some equipment because starting October 25th through November 1st, early excuse voting will happen here at the clerk's office. For early excuse voting, you have to have an excuse, which is basically the same criteria for an absentee ballot. Speaking of absentee ballots, if you know anyone that needs an absentee ballot, the last day to request those is going to be October 24th. That is coming up next week, so make sure that if you know someone, they have to get that request made by Tuesday, October 24th, 4:30 p.m. If they're calling us, they have until 11:59 p.m. the 24th if they're going to use the online portal. So that's important. If you have issues or questions about the portal, give us a call. But that link is govote.ky.gov. That's also on our website, which is fabulous. Have you checked it out, Tim?
Yes, I have.
See, it's fabulous. Early no excuse voting, which is super popular around the state, especially here in Barren County. That's 3 days, November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 8 to 4:30, all 3 days out at the extension office. Anyone in Barren County that's a registered eligible voter can come out and vote with us. You don't have to have an excuse, so make sure you take advantage of those days. It's also great for our elderly because there's super great parking. It's level. No one has to use any stairs. So make sure you encourage folks to come vote early with us the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the extension office. November 7th is the big day. That is election day. The office will be closed for election business only, so if you need to renew your vehicles, get a marriage license, or anything else, you got to get that taken care of before November 7th, or come back and see us on the 8th. We'll be there starting about 5 o'clock a.m., right, Sheriff? Right. But we'll just be doing election business only. For election day, we have the same 9 voting centers as I mentioned before, but just to go over those again: Barren County High School Gym, Cave City Convention Center, Austin Tracy Volunteer Fire Department, Haywood Volunteer Fire Department, Fiscal Elementary School, not the fire department, the elementary school, which works out much better for us, Park City Lions Club, Temple Hill Elementary School, Beckton Community Center, and Glasgow Middle School is our newest, most fabulous voting center that everybody loves. We just got to make sure they know about it. So the ones that used it last May loved it, so we're excited for the word to keep spreading that it's there. One other thing that I will note, and this is very important to our young folks because I didn't know this until this year. The Kentucky law says, I'm going to look it up just so I don't mess up on this. I'm not going to literally look it up. I just have to save it on my phone. That in a governor's race, and there's a few other options, or, oh Lord, now when you get old you can't read, and I can't bear it. But anyway, if the governor's race is within 0.5% of each other, so if they don't win by more than 0.5%, we have an automatic recount, and that will happen on November the 14th at 9 a.m. All the details to follow, so let's all pray for 51%. So that is statewide. We don't have a recanvass, it's an automatic recount. So typically there's a recanvass before a recount, but in this case, if it's within 0.5% for that one race, the governor's race, then it'll be an automatic recount statewide. So Mike, that'll affect you too. But we're hoping for 51%. So any questions about election stuff? Oh, money, we'll talk money. You always like to know how much we turn over. So for the third quarter, well, in the month of September, we turned over $101,381.29. For the third quarter, we've given $1,145,000 and some change to the fiscal court. We're currently at 78% of our projected fee budget. For the tax sale, we collected a total of $93,784.12 from 59 tax bills that were sold, that were delinquent for 22, and a total of $265,873.72 was collected from 250 bills that we had paid in our office that were delinquent from 22. So not bad for delinquent property taxes. So everybody's just trucking along down there. If y'all need us, you can find us. Any questions about elections? No. All right, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Jailer Aaron Shirley.
Morning.
Morning, Court. For the last month, we booked in 354 people, released 326. We took in $21,782.96 in jail fees. Our road crews picked up 196.5 miles of roadways, which was equivalent to 1,118 bags of trash, 17 tires, 16 wildlife, and we put in 5,880 inmate hours. Year to date, we have traveled 1,543 miles, picked up 10,193 bags of trash, 346 tires, 109 wildlife, and worked 54,072 inmate hours. At $15 an hour, we've saved the county $811,080. Now, that doesn't include also these dump sites that they're going around and picking up. We had one, I believe it was last week, that they went out and picked up, and they had over 4,000 pounds of garbage that they picked up at that one dump site. Looked like a whole house had been dumped out. So, not only...
That was in my district, thanks to you also, Marcus. So
So solid waste came out and helped them. Like I said, that's above and beyond what we've even got wrote down here. That doesn't count the dump sites that they're going around and picking up also. So, thank you, Court.
Okay, next up, Parks and Rec Department.
See a lot of familiar faces from Red Cross. Thank y'all for coming out this morning. I do have a quick announcement real quick before I get into the financial reports here. Glasgow Parks and Rec, they have partnered again with Ralphie's. Friday, October the 27th, it's the Halloween Fest at the Grove, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There will be a costume contest. Barren County Parks and Rec will be set up there for the trunk or treat. So it's Friday, October the 27th, 6 to 8. And it's there at Ralphie's, right behind Ralphie's there at the Grove. I think they're offering if you go on Glasgow Parks and Rec, if you go on their Facebook page, I think they're offering a $5 voucher for a wristband for Ralphie afterwards. So we're wrapping up our fall season. Hard to believe that the 2023 season is coming to an end. We ended our regular season this past Saturday. We started tournament play last night. Of course, we took off the first week of October for fall break. So far for the month of October, gate-wise, we brought in $4,987. Our concessions has brought in $6,484. The football concessions has brought in $1,095. That's a grand total of $12,566. So, like I said, we'll end our tournament play this coming Saturday, and then the 27th, Saturday, October 27th, the local travel team will be hosting a softball tournament one day, and that will wrap us up for the 2023 season. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Great.
Next up, we have the road department.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Court. Past month has been a very busy month for the road department. We've had pretty weather. We've been out trying to get some ditch work done, replacing multiple cross tiles around the county. Matter of fact, the group's out today, knocking 2 more tiles out today. We are about a little over halfway through our final mowing cycle, trying to get the county cleaned up going into winter. And we've been out using that new total patcher, trying to seal level tiles in and seal some of these roads up before the weather gets bad. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, next up is the sheriff.
Good morning, Court. Good morning, kids. Glad you could be with us. Obviously, we've seen the clerk has exceeded her amount of coffee this morning. Her enthusiasm. Some information I want to bring to you today is obviously it's upcoming tax collection season starting November. And we've got a change on the table here because of a printing issue. Normally, everyone is accustomed to receiving a yellow card. It's kind of like a little 4x6 yellow card. The printers, the situation that they are in, they're not going to do the yellow card anymore. So I have a sample. The tax bill is going to look like a full page. It will have our badge logos that I'm wearing in color, and it'll have a Barren County property tax in bold letters across the top. We're going to try to get this out in the press starting tomorrow. Obviously, the bills will go out to the community to try to be there about the 1st of November. Did you say, Sherry, they go out on the 31st of October? Is that right? Okay, so they're going to be mailed roughly around Halloween to get our window of discount, which is obviously November. But I just wanted to share with the court how this is going to look differently. This piece of paper is perforated here in the top fold. So there's instructions on the back that tell the property owner or taxpayer how to operate this piece of paper. But basically, tear the top of it off, whether it's check or cash, and bring that top portion in. But I just want to bring this to the court and let everybody know for the first time we're going through some changes. And this is virtually statewide, is that correct, Sherry? Several counties have had to go to this because of the printing and the price increase of that little yellow card. The card stock has gone exponentially through the roof in pricing. So this is what was recommended in several counties across the state. Almost all of them have gone to this method. So, hey, I just want to share that with the court and bring it here, and then we're going to start our press information on it this week. Any questions for me, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm sure the envelope will just be a white, plain envelope too. But
I believe so. It'll have that window in it to where the addressee, and I believe it's got our return address at the top also, Tim. I haven't seen the envelope yet because we really wanted to emphasize the change in the visible tax bill so people wouldn't get it mixed up.
will they be able to just scan that bar? Is that what your office will do now, or?
I have to refer to my
simpler,
bookkeeper.
I'm sure.
She's been working on it. So.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the administrative and budget committee, the meeting was canceled. The building and property meeting actually happened this morning. Mr. Ross is going to give that.
Okay, yeah, we met 8 a.m. up here in the fiscal court in the conference room, and we discussed line item, we'll go with line item 2, the old U.S. Bank building that we purchased within the last couple of months. We talked about some repairs, signage, and et cetera, construction projects that are going on and proposals are going on. We do have one proposal, court, that the committee, the sign out front is going to get taken down and at a company in Bowling Green. What's the official name on that sign company there? Is it WAKY? That's the sign company that the quote is 8329 quote number. I want to make a motion for $9,350 for taking that sign down and getting it repaired and putting the lettering as requested by the judge to put on that. So that's a motion.
Motion on the floor by Mr. Ross. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Stinson. Sorry. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right.
Motion carries.
Third item that we discussed was the emergency management building that we purchased, if y'all were down around College Street, by Jerry Kingery's Auto Repair Shop, or the Real Sharp Curve, as we call it. The front of the property, we have the new plans in hand. The committee guys and gals have got the plans, and we're in the process of working on Phase A. We discussed this morning would be Alena for the election equipment, so we are going to be full gear. We were talking about bidding process, but I've been talking with the trade school and giving them some projects, so the committee, if the court approves that, we're going to let, I'm going to oversee with the trade school to help start this project of I guess is what we're calling the project, getting Alena's walls built. There will be no plumbing in it. We will have to do electric, but it's not a major construction area in this one. That's why we decided to do that first. And I do have, that came through committee in the court, the doors, Barren County Glass on for a door in the back hung, an automatic openers is $4,400. I would like to make a motion that we go ahead and get on their list because they're pretty far behind. We want to see this happening in the next few months so we can get this new election equipment stored for $4,400. Barren County Glass. I have a motion to accept that proposal.
Okay, there's a motion by Botts and a second by Gross to accept a proposal from Bruce Simmons for the insulated door with door operator material and labor is $4,400. Any discussion? And Alina, this will be to your area. So, okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I got ahead of myself. Okay, on line item 3, I want to thank Garland, Marcus, Aaron, and the jail crew, road department crew, anyone else that I'm forgetting that did the demolition that saved the county. Aaron, you should have put this on your line item on that 811. You probably saved several $1,000s a demo. You, Garland, Marcus, and the county road department using what we have in-house. And I appreciate that. I know the court does for saving the county. We're looking at trying to save the county going through the trade school, even more money on this project. So thank you all for that. And anyone else, I apologize. I just know for sure they were on hand on that demo. All right, line item 4, the energy and reevaluation project. Judge Byrd, would you just tell the court, as you told us, fill us in on that?
So basically, there are companies out there that can come in and do evaluations on your buildings in regards to energy cost savings for whether it be through HVAC, electrical, just any improvements you can make to basically save on your bills, your utility bills. And they basically will, we just need to put an RFP out to have these companies basically submit to us proposals for, I say we start with the U.S. Bank building and the courthouse. That's where I would start with.
So I make a motion, we request for proposal or RFP, and it's not any cost to the county, but I do make a motion that we would let Judge Byrd and the staff put that out to whoever, however the official. So that's a motion.
Okay, so I have a motion on the floor by Mr. Botts. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Coomer. There's no money affiliated with any of this. We're just putting a RFP out to see the companies that submit their proposals to us. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And I did bring up on the other business, I did a walkthrough at the county attorney, and there's a few issues there of safety issues I brought up to the court. We need to get a game plan and see how we can get that addressed. So we'll, at our next meeting, try to have a punch list of some safety issues there that I saw doing the walkthrough. So other than that, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have emergency management. You all didn't have a meeting, right? Okay, in solid waste. Okay, the jail committee met, so yes. Mr. Durham.
First of all, I'd like to thank the teachers and the students for coming out today. Really appreciate this. I'd like to see more of it. You all are the future of this county. I want you to know that. And we appreciate you taking the time. The jail committee met yesterday, October the 16th at 8:30. We didn't have any issue with anything on a line item. We did meet on regular business, the regular procedures that goes on in the jail, and all the way down to the bill paying to what goes on. So we had a good meeting. Everything went well. We did move our regular meeting. It was at 8:30 the Monday before the meeting on Tuesday, and we've moved it from 8:30 to 9. So it will be the committee meeting will be at 9 o'clock from now on. Give us a little more time on the first committee. So, but that's all I have to report.
One thing we do need to do in the jail committee, though, is we need to approve the, because now that we've kind of had time to figure out what the pay should be and everything, the creation of the new position for the correctional officer series position to start at $18 an hour.
And I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Durham,
I second it.
second by Mr., is that Pettigo? Botts, sorry, Mr. Botts. This position will be this is the discussion, $18 an hour, but it'll be non-hazardous retirement. Is creation of a new position in the jail. We've been given approval by the retirement individuals in Frankfurt as well as corrections. So this is creating a new job position in the jail, correctional officer series, $18 an hour starting pay. Okay, make sure everyone understands what we're voting on. Non-hazardous. Any more discussion?
And this is them making this decision themselves.
This is for new people coming in. This is what I'm saying. This is, we're creating the position, yes. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. In addition to that, we will be posting job positions availability at the jail, so to note that out for the public, so. Okay. Anything else? Good? Okay, perfect. Okay, next up, Parks and Rec Committee. We didn't have a meeting. We just had a discussion. In that, I will say, do you want to say anything, Derek, or just, we're good? Okay. I will note that we are doing some renovations at Jackie Browning Park, and it will be put in the paper next week for bids for anyone interested in bidding those projects. So, thank you. Next up, Transportation Committee.
Yes, Transportation Committee met yesterday morning. The first line items were paying a couple bills that were over $3,000. We have to have a court approval. The first one was to Wesley Houchins for $4,725 for 3 different locations of cutting trees down. As everyone knows, we don't have a bucket truck for our county. This is a very expensive, anytime cutting trees with a bucket truck gets expensive, but sometimes we just have to do it. So I'll make a motion that we pay that bill in the amount of $4,725 to Wesley Houchins.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor by Mr. Coomer.
Second.
Second by Mr. Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The second bill is to Kenworth of Bowling Green for the amount of $3,306.99 for truck repairs. It's just something we have to do. I mean, it's nothing, just part of being in business. But I'll make a motion, we make that payment to Kenworth of Bowling Green in the amount of $3,306.99.
3,000, say it again for me. 3,000.
$3,306.99.
Got it. Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Coomer.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kinslow. Okay, the motion is to pay Kenworth bill $3,306.99. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The next line of business was we've discussed for several months now about the road that's going to be disconnected from the new 90. That's whether to take it over in the county or leave it in the state. We have decided to let the state be responsible for the maintenance on that road. We do have a bridge on it, so that way any maintenance or anything will be taken care of by the state. But we do need to rename the road. We come to the conclusion we're going to name it the 88 Road. And I make a motion that we name that road the 88 Road.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor to name, it's still a state road, just to make sure that is noted. And we're just naming it for the sake of, sorry, I got a motion up before I discuss, sorry. Motion by Coomer, I need a second by Durham. This is basically the road that where 90 has basically, there's a new road now for 90 that has taken a different route. So this is a different area that will still remain a state road because we have not taken this into the county yet. And we're not taking it in right now, but we are naming that road for the sake of 911 and just for addressing and everything. So the motion on the floor is to name that road for the sake of those issues, 88 Road. Just make sure you understand that.
Judge?
Yes.
Will that be, I know this may sound stupid, but will it be the number 88 or will it be wrote out 88 in writing?
I think it's 88, like the word. Yeah,
Word.
88,
Okay.
like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Good question, though.
It'd be less confusing.
Yep.
with that, yeah. The other line of business we discussed was road tiles in the county. I know eventually it's going to come to the point that, as it is now, the landowner buys the tile. The county puts the tile in and furnishes one single axle load of rock. Just letting all the constituents know that I don't know how much longer we can continue to do that, but we are going to request a little later permits. We have some people, I think I've discussed this before, not putting tiles in when they're building houses and causing flooding on the roads and stuff. So this is something that eventually we're working on that plan now, where you must have a permit to put in the tile. The road department would come out and specify the size of tile needed, but as of now, we're going to continue. We can't guarantee a time frame for people to get them put in because we're so covered, but we're going to try to add a couple more employees to the road department to help cover this. So it's just something to look for down the future, that we are going to be requiring permits just to protect our county roads.
Yes, and yeah, just to make sure that it's done correctly for everyone's benefit. The other thing to note, like you just said, we will be posting positions in addition to the jail, but we will also be hiring in the road department as well. Yes.
That's all I have, Judge.
Okay.
I have a
Yes.
Judge, I interrupted you a while ago. We didn't vote on the 88.
You're right. We're still talking. Yes, you're right. We just did the motion, the second. You're right. We need to vote on the 88 road. We did a motion by Mr. Coomer, and the second one was by Mr. Durham. We need to vote now on the 88, naming the 88 road. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Gross. The one thing to note, I forgot to mention transportation. We got great news yesterday from Frankfort. We had requested some additional funds for Happy Hollow Road to improve some low-lying areas there, flooding issues, correct? And we got extra money. Woo-hoo. That's always fun. Yeah, we love that. And so what we're going to do is we will put that to bid on Friday. We'll put it in the paper to bid for next week, and we'll hopefully be putting out some work for that in November. So that was an addition that we got yesterday. So we were excited about that.
Judge, I have a question on the Transportation Committee to Tim, or I guess Jamie or Susan. Is there a reason, or have we in the past not have a boom truck? With all these storms that we're having, we're relying on other companies and individuals to come and do this. We do a lot of stuff in-house. I know we don't have the manpower, but we're working. Is there a reason that we're not looking into getting a boom truck, or bucket truck, I'm sorry, bucket truck?
Well, one thing, we've got the new mower Max, and we can take care of a lot of the dead limbs and stuff. It's just the complete trees. And we do have an in-house person that can cut a lot of the trees if there's not any, if it doesn't have to be limbed from the top. So and that's something, I'm not saying that's something we don't need to look into in the next budget year.
Just something I'd like to see you all look at. Just wanted to be on record that looks like we would need one of them, but that's just me.
Yeah. Definitely something to keep in mind. All right, any old business? Okay, new business. Need to approve the payment of claims as presented. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Durham, second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We need to approve the transfer of funds. I need a motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Botts. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the first reading ordinance of number 686, amending ordinance number 385. I need a motion and a second to discuss. Motion by Stinson,
Second.
second by Petty. Go. This is an amendment to ordinance relating to the volunteer fire department annual fee on the property tax bills. Whereas Barren County adopted an ordinance placing volunteer fire department fees on the property tax bills by Barren County, number 385, on April 1st, 2003. Whereas it is determined that certain provisions should be amended and/or added to the code, be it ordained by the fiscal court that the following amendments are made to the county ordinance number 385. Section 4 is struck as entirely and amended to read as follows. Struck and entirely and is amended to read as follows. In accordance with KRS 75.450, parentheses 7, the sheriff is entitled to retain a collection fee of 2 7/10% of the membership charges or subscriber fees collected. So this is to make sure the public understands this is no in addition to the actual tax. This is after the $50 that's on your tax bill is put on there and it's collected. The 2.7% of that will be retained by the sheriff's office for the collection of those fees. Any discussion? This will take 2 readings because it is an ordinance. Just making sure this is the first reading. Discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Jeff Bott.
Yes.
Derek Pettigrew.
No.
No.
Yes.
Tim Durham.
Yes.
Tim Coomer.
Yes.
Marty Kinslow.
Yes.
Ronnie Stinson. Brad Gross.
Yes.
Okay, the first reading carries with a vote of 5-2. We'll have the second reading. We'll probably have a special called meeting next week. So the next one we have to approve is approve the first reading ordinance number 687 relating to the Kentucky Building Code and Kentucky Residential Code. The first reading of this, we need a first and second on this before I can discuss.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Coomer. Second by Mr. Stinson. Okay, this is basically in regards to our building codes and I wish Jim was here actually to talk about this one. You got it? Okay, that's why you're here. Okay, there you go, sorry. Yes, please explain.
In 2000, the county adopted a code, and they called it the CABO, C-A-B-O code. Like 2 years later, that was deemed null and void. Kentucky adopted the ICC codes. Once upon a time, and I'll keep this as brief as possible, every region of the country had a different set of codes. Well, then the International Code Council said, no, we want one set of codes. Kentucky in 2002 adopted the KRC, Kentucky Residential Code, and the KBC, Kentucky Building Code. It's actually 2 different codes. And they said, you can't have anything but those if you're going to have a building inspection program, which I'll find good. That's what we've always enforced. So nothing's changing with adopting this. We're filing for this expanded jurisdiction thing, and we're not the only community doing that. We've been in talks with other communities doing it, and other places that have filed for it have found that it gets kicked back to them because they don't have something ordinance-wise saying we adopt the Kentucky Residential Code. So this is just the formality of the state says you can't enforce anything but that, but we got to have something that says such. So nothing's changing at all. It's just the formality of doing so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and do a roll call vote on that.
Whoop, 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 I got a question.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
All right, so the first thing, requires all buildings constructed in Barren County shall be in compliance with uniform. Does that mean we're going to inspect all buildings being built?
Yes, well, other than agricultural buildings. The code itself, inside the code, says it exempts agricultural buildings.
All right, so somebody builds a little building behind their house out in the county, it's going to be inspected?
Code says anything over 200 square feet requires a permit.
And that code's already enforced.
We've been enforcing it since Jim took over in 2004. So, yeah, we've been doing that quite some time.
You're supposed to have some rights on your own land without it being infringed.
Do what? I didn't understand.
You should have some rights on your own land without it being infringed on. I mean, at a certain point. And that's 200 square feet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In the KBC, in the KRC, in the building code, it's actually 120 square feet, but that's a commercial building. There's almost no commercial buildings at 120 square feet or less. So.
Who will this pertain to? The
200.
Everybody.
Everybody, I mean, it's already
Yeah.
being done.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
it's
not,
what we've been,
yeah.
right now, the way the code, if it's over 10 acres and it's for agricultural purposes, we don't touch it unless it has an electrical permit. And that's because the electrical companies will not supply electricity without an inspection.
Yeah.
But as far as
Same
building, we
thing.
don't do anything.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Derek Pettigo,
Yes.
Tim Durham.
Yes.
Tim Coomer,
Yes.
Marty Kinslow,
Yes.
Ronnie Stinson,
No.
Brad Gross,
Yes.
Jeff Bott,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Again, that was the first reading. The second reading will be next week. Interlocal, we need to approve the interlocal agreement with the city of Park City. I need a motion and a second.
Make that motion, too.
Motion by Mr. Coomer,
Second.
second by Mr. Pettigo. This is basically just our interlocal agreement that we have, or that we were supposed to have with the city of Park City for us to do the inspections there, correct? Making sure, this is just, yes.
I actually have the copies of Park City and KC they signed.
They've approved them already in theirs, yes. Okay, so we just need to approve this interlocal agreement with the city of Park City. So we've got a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. You're late. Approve the interlocal agreement with the city of Cave City, Kentucky. This is similar. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer. Second by Gross. Similar situation. City of Cave City just approved it last night, Mr. Pettigo told me. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now we need to approve the payment to VEI Communications for $4,597.87. Handheld radio batteries for the Sheriff's Department. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Botts.
Second.
Second by, was that Stinson? I think Stinson got it.
Yep.
Second by Stinson. Any discussion? I think we're ready. I think it's good, pretty much apparent. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We'll get that paid. Need to approve the ordinance number 688, approving a lease agreement with the financing of a project, providing the payment and security of the lease, creating a sinking fund, and authorizing the executive of various documents related to such a lease. Need a motion and a second before I can discuss. Motion by Gross.
Second.
Second by Coomer. This is basically through CAECO and their bonding or opportunities for the county. We reached out to them to see about a bonding opportunity for Jackie Browning Park renovations. This is basically like they set it at a certain amount that we will not even get close to, but they set it just because that's what you have to do instead of having to go back and ask for differences if something were to come back bids insane and then you wanted to do it, but we don't. This is basically not saying we're going to spend the money. This is just saying we're approved for the money if we decide to take the bids that are submitted to us. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like buying a house when you go to get, find out how much you can spend, but that doesn't mean you got to spend all that.
And we're not voting to spend any.
You're not voting to spend any money right now because we don't even have a bid in yet. So it's just basically getting us approved for the bonding. So, okay. Just for your all's sake, we'll do a roll call, just that way everybody can have their say. Yes.
Tim Durham,
Yes.
Tim Coomer,
Yes.
Marty Kinslow,
Yes.
Ronnie Stinson,
Yes.
Brad Gross,
Yes.
Jeff Bott,
Yes.
Derek Pettigo.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all. Motion carries. Approve the purchase of 4 vehicles for DTF. I'm going to do these each different, and each in their own motion. Before we get into it, I do ask media, if you do have any records or anything of types of vehicles, please do not put the types of vehicles out there, just because these are for DTF, Drug Task Force. So we want to keep those as private as possible. Same thing with anybody else that knows what types of vehicles these are. And also, we'll note before we vote on each of these vehicles, they are being paid for through a Drug Task Force grant. These are fully paid for through that. The county will not be paying any on any of these vehicles. Does everybody understand that? We're just a pass-through. Okay, first vehicle is from Bailey and Gibson for I need a motion and a second for the Bailey and Gibson vehicle, $38,720.
So move.
Motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Stinson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the vehicle purchased from Don Franklin at $34,989. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Gross,
Second.
second by, is that Durham?
Sure.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're almost there, guys. Two more and then we're done. Okay? Need to approve the purchase of the vehicle from Bailey and Gibson for $31,995. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the Don Franklin purchase vehicle, $29,353. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Gross.
Second.
Second by Coomer. Any discussion?
I'd like to thank them very much for going local.
That's a very good comment. Every one of these are bought locally here in Barren County. Yes,
local.
yes. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, closing remarks. Everybody, don't forget, Halloween is coming up. We have a bunch of events here in Barren County. October 26th, trick-or-treating on the square by Sustainable Glasgow. October 27th, at Glasgow Parks and Rec at Ralphie's. We have October 28th event actually at Beaver Trail as well for trick-or-treating. And then October 31st will be trick-or-treating in Barren County. Any more announcements that we need to think of that I've not brought up? Thank you again to Red Cross for the 5th and 6th grade group being here today. At the end, we'll do a picture with the magistrates, and if that's okay. And anything else that we're not thinking about? Okay. Next meeting will be November 21st, 2023. I said we were going to be done at 10 o'clock, y'all. It's 9:59. And the next fiscal court meeting, like I said, November 21st. I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by, was that? It was
Botts.
Second by Durham. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Getting sausage time.
Oh, yes, sorry. Hey, real quick, this doesn't be part of the meeting, but he wants to say something about his deputy as well.
This doesn't pertain to business, but
Yes.
most of y'all know I have a deputy that was in a car accident. Friday night, he was in Vanderbilt, still on life support. They've done some surgeries on him. He's got a lot more to go. Anybody that could, I've talked to the family, made sure it was all right. If you could remember them and their family in prayer, we'd greatly appreciate it. His name's Ricky Burris. We're looking at possibly doing some type of fundraiser for him down the road. So if anybody that has any ideas, we take all the suggestions that you have. But like I said, we wanted to mention him before you got away from board. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, let's do okay, we're done. So magistrates, and we'll do a group picture with the students. Yes.